I'm too weird for drugs. Hey, how you doing? I'm going to be doing something a little bit different today because I'm doing a full face using only Ulta Beauty brand makeup. Ulta Beauty brand makeup. That's a mouthful. Ulta, the makeup store, has a whole makeup line, just like Sephora has their own makeup line. So basically, it's just drugstore makeup, but it's sold at Ulta Beauty. So maybe it's affordable makeup is the correct term, because Ulta isn't a drugstore. Unless you consider makeup a drug, which we're not going to talk about my problem. I wanted to do a full face of this because it's more affordable, and I have never, ever, ever tried Ulta brand makeup. So I really wanted to try it, but I was like, go hard or go home. You know, mama didn't raise no. So I bought a full face, and y'all, when I say I bought a full face, I mean I bought a full face of this makeup. And I wasn't gonna say nothing, but when you buy a full face of drugstore makeup, that's still expensive. I had no idea I was gonna be spending $150 on this video. Here I am giving you the tea. This is actually coffee, but we're gonna pretend, okay? To say that I'm nervous is a little bit of an exaggeration. Drugstore makeup is good, and it can achieve the same look as a lot of the prestige makeup can. The quality is still there for the most part. The only thing is, the reason they're cheaper and more affordable is the ingredients that they put in it. They might be comedogenic, meaning they clog your pores. They may break you out. It's just like with anything, like you can't buy cheap ingredients to make a gourmet meal and it tastes the exact same. Superficially, it can look the same, but in the end, it's not gonna be as good for you. It's not gonna be the same, but girl on a budget, I know, okay? I was there. If you go back to the first of my channel, you know that all of my makeup products that I used back then were drugstore. And up until like, I don't know, 6 months ago, I used pretty much all drugstore and a few indie brands here and there, and I would have a prestige thing, whatever, whenever I saved up enough money to buy it. I understand. Bear with me. We are in this together, okay? This is our journey, and I'm happy that you're here with me for it. If you want to know how I do a full face of Ulta brand makeup, then keep on watching. I've already done all of my skincare. I just haven't moisturized yet, but I'm going to prep my skin with a little barrier, if you will. Kind of keep it from getting too crazy and wonky. I'm going to be using my Clinique ID. I'm just going to kind of give you a quick rundown because I want to throw in a little skincare with this because I am a skincare expert. You know, Clinique ID, basically, if you don't know what it is already, is a customized moisturizer from the brand Clinique. Clinique is hypoallergenic, it's really safe for your skin, fragrance free, all kinds of cool stuff like that. They have 3 different bases. There's the moisturizing lotion, oil control gel, and a hydrating jelly. I chose the hydrating jelly, it's the clear one, because I have very oily prone skin, and this is my daytime moisturizer. I have a nighttime moisturizer that I like to use that's a little bit heavier, but for the daytime I like something super, super light, like a jelly. The hydrating jelly is good for all types. It's not just oily. I just prefer it for my oily skin. And then you get a little cartilage that goes into it. Mine is the blue one. What that one does is it targets certain treatments for your skin. So the blue one is for uneven texture and pores. So not only am I getting moisturized, but I'm also getting like actually fixing my skin, not just adding hydration. They have one for uneven skin tone, fatigue looking. They have one for lines and wrinkles. They have one to calm and soothe redness. So there's a bunch of different ways you can go about doing your Clinique ID. You could get the lotion base, and then you can do the fine lines and wrinkles, cartilage, or you can mix and match. I got these at Ulta Beauty, so I mean, if they have a Clinique counter, they're gonna have the Clinique ID, and the Clinique consultant can help you find your perfect skin ID. I wanna kinda like protect my face. I just do Usually one pump. Oh my God, I didn't think this through with the bangs. So just in case you didn't hear me the first time, a full face of Ulta brand makeup was $150. From past experience when I was buying exclusively drugstore, all of it's about that price. It's not just the Ulta brand. I'm not saying that they're expensive for the drugstore. So if you're balling on a budget, just know 1 or 2 items a paycheck is probably what you're going to want to be doing. So I want to start off with the Poreless face primer. I was going to get a hydrating primer, but it wasn't like out on the shelf and it wasn't like under it, and I didn't really feel like going to ask somebody if they would get me one. I don't really prefer poreless primers, only because I feel like they do clog my pores. I want to go kind of light-handed on this. I just added like a little bit. Okay, so she does have that like Smashbox photo finish texture. This says it is mineral oil free, paraben free, and it smooths and refines pores. Enriched with grapeseed oil and safflower oil to soften and smooth skin, so it's kind of hydrating. Creates the perfect base to help extend the wear of makeup. So next, I always do my brows after the primer, because I like to let my primer kind of sink into my skin, kind of get acquainted, you know, let them converse, let them chit chat, let them have their date, get to know each other, decide if they want to be married or not, you know. I got the Ulta Beauty Ultra Slim Brow Pencil in the shade Espresso. Espresso was the darkest one they had. And just for a reference point, I use shade 6 in the Benefit Brow, which is like black brown, which Espresso is kind of a black brown. I just don't know if it's going to be as dark as I like it to be, but we will see when I do it like this. Okay, so 100% it is not as dark as I like for it to be. It's also not going on. Like, I'm having to really like keep adding. So part of the problem might also be that I'm used to using a pomade, and using a pencil is kind of new territory. I think this is about as good as I'm going to be able to get them. Not bad. Not terrible, not the worst. This didn't break, like the pencil part, which I'm really surprised about, because a lot of drugstore brow products, the pencils usually break. The crown part does, almost always. Because I do tend to be a little heavy-handed, so it's always my fault, but this one didn't break, so I'm really surprised about that. So I want to go ahead and jump into the eyeshadow. That way if there's any fallout, if I can't get it to blend the way that I want it to, then I can wipe it off. No harm, no foul. It doesn't take off my base. The eyeshadow palette that I chose to get was the Melissa Michelle collab with Ulta Beauty. She's a YouTuber. Love Melissa Michelle is her username. Her eyeshadow looks very pretty in this picture. I don't know if she used this palette or not. So this collection includes 5 matte eyeshadows, 2 shimmer eyeshadows, 2 metallic eyeshadows, 3 creamy glitter eyeshadows, a glitter foam tip applicator, and a liquid liner with glitter. It was in the clearance part, which is why I chose to get it, because why would I pay $20 for an eyeshadow palette when I could pay $10 for an eyeshadow palette? The colors are really pretty. They're pretty mauve, and there's a lot of glitters. I don't wear these colors a lot, which is why I got it, because I do kind of want to branch out. And then they also have a liquid glitter liner. It did also come with the sponge applicator that most eyeshadows come with that I just throw away. I'm going to set it to the side though, just in case. My thing is with most glitter liners is the glitter isn't close enough together. It's not as dense as I want it to be. It's always just kind of like spread out. So let's see. I could see myself being able to work with this because the glitter is very dense. I honestly see this as being more of like a starter shadow palette. Like if you're, I don't know, 12-year-old is getting into makeup and you want to like encourage her or him. I can see this as kind of being workable in that sense. I'm going to put it on my eyes. I don't want to judge it right now because I haven't put it on yet. So we're gonna see. I am going to apply my concealer first as an eyeshadow primer. I don't know if they had an eyeshadow primer. I didn't really look. I was just kind of like, let me get what I get. And also the shades may not be my color. I have a very blotchy spray tan, so that makes it a little bit more difficult to match me. And I also didn't get more than one color of the complexion products because I really just frankly didn't want to spend the money. So first impressions, this concealer is not that bad. Just blending it out with my finger on my lid. It's very workable. It didn't dry down very much. Okay, we're getting somewhere. This concealer was the Full Coverage Liquid Concealer. Oh, I didn't know that. It's waterproof. Interesting. I like that. Not only did I buy the makeup, but I also got makeup brushes because I really wanted to give you guys the full experience. And this is the Blending Shadow. It's kind of a bigger, fluffy brush. Also, my concealer isn't creasing. Normally, by now, it's already creased by the time I actually get into using the shadow, but this one actually looks pretty good. No creasing yet. I'm going to start with Florida, which is this pretty cool mauve shade right there. Brush picked up a lot of shadow. I'm going to put it middle of my crease and windshield wiper motion it into the rest. I'll work with it a little bit. Maybe it's not that bad. I'm using it as more of a transition shade, so it's not all that important, but cute. It's cute. I'm not going to get my hopes up because I don't know about the rest of them, but so far, so good. We're working. We're trucking. It's going good. She's cute. I'm going to use, I guess, Oi? Is that what that is? Oi, girl. Where's she from? I need to know. Is she from Florida? Do they say Oi in Florida? I'm gonna use Oi. 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 Is that what I, Oi. 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 Or is it, maybe that's an abbreviation for something and I just sound stupid. Same brush. We're not changing anything, okay? Dip in just a little. Bloop. And I want to go right under where I put that one. Same thing, windshield wiper motions, just right under. Whew, okay. And I'm going somewhere after I get done with this, so I need to look pretty regular. So I'm not going to do anything too crazy with this. Maybe later, maybe another video, but I have places to be where I can't be looking all crazy or people think I'm on drugs, because I already have a little bit of a crackhead personality. I'm already all over the place. Don't do drugs, kids. Just be weird. I already have a don't care attitude, like with the bright red hair and the bangs, and I just kind of do whatever I want, whenever I want. There's a certain time and place for some crazy eyeshadow, and going to the dentist and getting your teeth cleaned is not one of those times. Okay, back to the eyeshadow. I can't. Listen, this is hard to blend your eyeshadow and let you see it and let me see it. So I'm just going to do it and y'all just worry about yourselves, okay? So I'm going to switch brushes. This one's the Crease Brush from Ulta Beauty. It's pretty dense. She's thick. I'm going to go in with Twinsies. This one right here. I'm going to put that under, like we're just working our way down with our colors, okay? So, ooh! Okay, Melissa, I see what you're doing here. There is fallout from this shadow. There wasn't from the other ones, I don't think. But the shimmer shades almost always do. So I put that all across the lid. You see? She is really cute, okay? She's really cute. But still not changing the brush. I'm gonna go in with Dude, which is a darker metallic. There's also a fingerprint in it because I did swatch it on my leg because I was trying to see if I wanted to use it. And I'm gonna put her on the lash line. Is she there? Hello? Yeah, she's there. Woo! Yep, Fallout City. But I'm not, Fallout doesn't really bother me. This is why I do my shadow first. We're gonna switch the brush to the small shadow brush, okay? And this is what I'm gonna use to blend. So right where the Twinsies, which is the purpley metallic, and Dude, which is the darker shimmer, meet, we're just blending them out. We're making them be friends. I'm going to take a baby wipe, and we're just gonna kind of get rid of all this fallout and sharpen the edge, okay? Time for the foundation. I got the HT Soft Focus Liquid Foundation. Boom, boom. So this is a natural finish, paraben-free, oil-free. Natural finish, I'm assuming that's not matte, but it's also not gonna be super dewy. It has a little thing, can you hear it? To help shake it. Okay, so I'm an idiot. It didn't have a thing in it to help shake it. It was actually just broken. So that's my fault. I should have looked at it before I bought it. The little thing came off, but I mean, I'm not gonna dog it on that. Oh yeah, it went right back on. It's fine, we're fine. Not super thick. I got the shade Light Cool. I just kind of guessed. I do have a patchy spray tan. But normally the cool colors work well with me. I don't think I'm very warm toned. And then I got the Precision Foundation brush, which has a little, and I hate using a brush with my foundation, but I figured I'd give it a try. So we're just going to dip her in there. And I am going to go ahead and make the statement that this foundation does have its work cut out for her, because I have like 4 pimples right here that I cannot get rid of. And then right here is broken out really bad that I am working on. I'm actually going to do this side of my face with the brush, and then I'm going to do the other side with my beauty sponge. I wasn't very smart. I should have bought a sponge, because that is my preferred method of blending out a foundation. It does kind of match my neck, you see? So I think I did good there. I just think it's the contrast of how red my face is, because I do have a lot of redness. So now I have a dampened Morphe sponge, and I'm going to do the other side with it. She's not bad. She's not terrible. It definitely didn't cover up this like my normal foundation does. But she's smooth. For somebody who doesn't have so much to cover up, I could see this working. So I'm going to go back to my full coverage liquid concealer, waterproof. And I'm not going to put that much on because it does say it's full coverage. I used it as the eyelid primer, but I don't know how it's going to react under my eyes. I did get it a little bit more yellow than my skin tone to cover up the dark circles. I'm almost using it as a color corrector. Okay, no, the concealer is a banger. I like her. I like this concealer a lot. I'm keeping it. The concealer looks phenomenal. I love this concealer so much. She covered up that for the most part, which very hard to do. She covered up my dark circles. She looks beautiful. She doesn't look cakey. Next up is the Ulta Beauty finishing powder. I didn't get a loose powder, which is normally my favorite, but I wanted to step out of my box a little bit, which probably isn't the best thing to do when you're getting new products, but whatever. So this is actually a blush brush from Ulta Beauty, but I mean, it's a brush. You can use it for whatever you want. We're going to press it under the eyes, not swipe. I'm gonna press. It's almost giving me like a blurred effect, which I'm not mad about. I love that. It instantly took away all of that shine. It didn't pick up any of the foundation, which a lot of pressed powders like to do. Even loose powders like to pick up some of the foundation and move it around. So this is the bronzer brush. I've never really used a bronzer brush like this, so I'm kind of excited. And then I have the matte bronzer natural looking finish from Ulta Beauty. I got the cool tone one because I kind of use my bronzer as a contour. Well, I'm not a huge fan of the brush. I feel like this is more for people who put bronzer on more of their face. I'm going to get my normal bronzing brush, which isn't a specific brand. It's just a very angled contouring brush. Okay. So I definitely feel like she's very patchy. You can see that she's not picking up everywhere. I can probably fix that though with the finishing powder. I'm gonna go back and kind of soften her up. And for blush, this is the mineral blush from Ulta. All of it's from Ulta. Why do I keep saying it like that? This is shade Tiger Lily. So it's pretty mauve, plum shade. I got it to go with my shadow. I'm gonna pat her in. Oh, she got a little shimmer to her. Okay. That's actually a really pretty blush. You know what I didn't get though is a brush for my highlighter. I got the Illuminator. Can't see. Illuminator. Sheer Radiant Finish. This is Radiant Diamond. I use the Morphe B13 brush. For an affordable highlighter, it's not bad. So it's time for eyeliner. I got the Felt Tip Liner Classic. If it's a felt tip, I'm probably gonna like it. I'm not gonna do a wing because I'm in love with this eyeshadow. Woo, she's pigmented. Okay, I'm not mad. It's a really good eyeliner. She can stay. She can sit with us. I'm going to take whatever's left over on the eyeshadow brush and I'm just going to quickly sweep a little under my eyes. So I'm going to set it really quickly using the matte makeup setting spray. I actually had a client the other day that said that she will absolutely never ever change her setting spray because she used this and she loves it so much. I'm gonna set, so I'm gonna hold it kind of far away because I'm scared. Woo! The mascara that I'm using is Limitless Lashes. It's a lengthening and volumizing mascara. I got it mainly for the brush because I do like these types of brushes. I can use them on top and bottom because she's kind of thick. I always start with my bottom lashes, so excuse me, please. But let's do the top very carefully. I mean, it's a mascara. She's doing what she came here to do. You know, she's darkening up the lashes. She's adding a little bit of volume, a little bit of length. But I'm not wowed, you know? It's time for lerps. So this is the Velvet Matte Liquid Lipstick. This one is the shade Namaste. In hindsight, I should have got like a red or like a mauve color, but this one's cute. She's pretty. Wow, she's like orangey. So I don't know how this is gonna look with this look, but I bought her, didn't buy another color, so it is what it is. I'm just going to the dentist. I'm just going to Livingston, which has about 8 people there, so it's a very small town. They ain't gonna know. I'm gonna look like a supermodel, okay? I don't care. I like how it's going on. It is a velvet matte, so it's not gonna dry down. Again, with the makeup look, not my favorite choice of lipstick, but it is what it is. But I really, really need to see how it's gonna hold up, what it's gonna do, what's happening. I'm gonna do a little wear test. It is currently about 12:25, almost 12:30. You can see here, almost 12:30. My appointment's at 1. It's probably going to be about 2 or 3 o'clock by the time I get back. I'm going to wear a little bit longer than that, do some chores around the house, and then I'll check back in. So I'll do a couple check-ins here and there. But, I mean, I'm going to go put some pants on, And then I'm gonna go get my teeth cleaned, and then I'll be back. I'll let you know the real tea. I'll be right back. 2-hour check-in. I just had my teeth cleaned. And she had her hands all up in this mouth, and her hands were laid up all on my face. And to be honest, it didn't like rub it off or anything. Right here, it got a little crusty only because there's zits right there and they're dried out. She took off a little bit of my lipstick, but honestly, it's not bad. To have her hands all up in my mouth and all up over my face. I saw a lot of makeup on her glove. There's a little bit taken off right there, but I'm not mad. She said it looked good too. She said it looked cute, so. Guess who's back? Back again. Becky's back. Tell a friend. Share my channel. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Leave a comment. Da-na-na. Da-na-na. It's been about 3 hours now. I've got some thoughts. I went and ran a few errands and I got my teeth cleaned. And if you're somebody who cares about your dental health, then you know when you're getting your teeth cleaned that they have their hands all up in your face, all up over your face, all up in your mouth, all in your business. I saw as she was cleaning my teeth that her gloves had some makeup on it. I saw that it had powder or foundation or something, and I got a little scared. And I could feel the way she was touching my mouth and touching on my face. I felt like it was all over the place. Like, I felt like it was everywhere. Like, I was scared for my life. I looked in the mirror, and it looked fine, okay? So, fast forward, like, an hour later, I'm looking at it. First of all, I had to reapply the lipstick because she rubbed half of it off, and then I ate some, Taco Bell. Upon further inspection, there is absolutely no creasing on my forehead, which after 3.5 hours, I would see a little bit of creasing up there just because I'm pretty animated and I move my eyebrows up and down. No creasing up there, good to go. So moving to the eyes and the eyebrows. Eyebrows have stayed in place. They're still there. I wasn't a fan of the eyebrows anyway, but they still look good. They haven't come off or anything. Eyeshadow still looks bomb. Like, absolutely no creasing, no transferring. It hasn't fallen off onto my cheeks. And then eyeliner, she's still there. I didn't put a whole lot of that on anyway. So moving farther down my face, my smile lines are a little creasy cracky. My smile lines get creased. That's just how it is. Like, it always happens, doesn't matter what I do. Right in here, it's cracking. What's really surprising me about this is that there's not a whole lot of buildup in the crease of my nose, which every single day I have a lot of buildup in there. It doesn't matter what foundation I use. It doesn't matter about primer. It doesn't matter about setting powder. Like, less makeup, more makeup. Every single time I wear a foundation, I have a lot of buildup in here. And there's really not a whole lot. Like, there is some. I just have big nostrils, I think. The highlighter hasn't moved around at all. Bronzer hasn't moved around. Blush is still there. I do not see any oxidation from the foundation, which I'm really shocked by because 9 times out of 10 a drugstore foundation will oxidize. So I don't know how they managed to pull that off, but so at this point I'm going to break down every single product here at the end. I'm going to tell you if I like it, if I don't like it, what I like about it, what I don't like about it, things like that. First product was the Poreless Primer. This, I'm not a huge fan of the style of primer that this is. That's not its fault. It's just a personal opinion. I don't really like the silicone-y, even if it doesn't have silicone in it. I don't like that consistency just because I feel like it's getting in my pores and it's going to break me out. I was using a Smashbox primer for a long time and I have breakouts right here because I'm still purging that product. So I'm not a huge fan of the texture of this. I do think that it helped blur a little bit, but is it something I can live without? Absolutely not. Is it something that you can go buy if you can't afford a $40 primer? Absolutely. I think that it's a really good dupe for the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. I think it's great. However, not my personal preference. Next up is the Ulta Beauty HD Soft Focus Liquid Foundation. Not the biggest fan of this, but it's not the worst. Thoughts are that it did kind of soften, it did smooth, it was a pretty decent coverage foundation. I didn't like the way it felt on my face. I'm a really big fan of super matte foundations. I like hydrating primers and matte foundations. That's just the combo that I choose to do. And this isn't something that I would find myself reaching for on a day-to-day basis. However, if I just want to go to the grocery store and I have a huge breakout and I just want to cover something up, if I'm in a pinch, if I run out of my Urban Decay foundation, if you like the natural finish, and you don't have a whole lot of texture on your face, maybe some discoloration, this is a really, really good option. Pores, discoloration, things like that, I feel like this would be great for you. Personally, it's just not good for me. A completely different flip. This concealer, the full coverage liquid concealer, the waterproof, incredible. My Shape Tape normally by now is creased and crusty, and I feel like it makes my eyeshadow crease, and this, I do not see that at all. I don't see any creasing wherever I put this. I don't see any crustiness. I see just beautiful, even skin. It hid my dark circles. I think it did a really, really good job. I can see it being pretty buildable because it's not creasing and it doesn't feel cakey and it's not heavy either. I don't feel like I have a really thick concealer on my face. I really enjoy this. I'm 100% going to keep this, and I can see myself reaching for this if I don't feel like the super caked full coverage of the Shape Tape. I can really see myself using this. So the finishing powder would be next. I like this powder. I'm going to keep this powder because, again, I'm not creasing. I don't feel like I'm super shiny or super oily. I feel like it's pretty controlled. It is a lightweight matte finish. And as far as being lightweight, I think that that's correct. And when I put it on my skin, whenever the foundation was setting, I could see it just completely take away the shine and the natural finish. So I really, really like this powder. Next, the matte bronzer. For me personally, I really do like that they have the light, the cool, the warm, the deep. They have those options for you because a lot of bronzers are just warm. Like, you don't get a cool option, you only get warm. So I really like that this gave me that cool tone option because I only will use a cool tone bronzer. Because I kind of use it as a contour, and contouring shades need to be cool toned. So I like this, and I feel like if you're on a budget, if you're pinched, you don't want to spend $20, $30 on a bronzer, then this is a really, really good option. I feel like it kind of grabbed some of my foundation. It's overall not bad. I'm not a fan of it. It just didn't work for me. Again, on a budget, this is probably as good of a drugstore bronzer as you're gonna get. Then I use this blush. It is the mineral blush from Ulta. It is Tiger Lily. This was a really, really pretty blush. And I don't have any of the mauve colors, but I really like this, and I like that it has a little bit of a shimmer. Next is the Ulta Beauty Illuminator, the Sheer Radiant Finish in Radiant Diamond. Out of the options that I already own, this is just not something that I'm ever going to use. It's pretty, but I mean, I have enough highlighters that are just like this. It's not too chalky. I can see if you put on too much that it would be, and it really doesn't look bad on my cheeks. It's just, I have champagne pop. I have so many different options. I don't have to use this. So if you want something that's very similar to champagne pop, this is a very, very good drugstore dupe for it. I think that it has a pretty finish. I think that it has a very pretty color. If you like the color of champagne pop from Becca Cosmetics, this is a really, really good dupe for that. Moving on to the eyebrows. This eyebrow pencil, flop. I don't like the color of it. I'm never going to use this again. I don't like pencils. I like pomades. I have used pencils before, like I said, but this one was just not my favorite. You might like it. It just wasn't. Maybe if you do more of a natural brow, it would look okay, but I ain't about that natural brow life. I could see my mom using this. I could see some of my friends who don't wear makeup, maybe just kind of like use a brow gel or something. I could definitely see them using this. But for me, somebody who has a lot of hair, it just did not cling to it. It didn't work for me, so I'm just gonna forget it, take it back, give it away to somebody who will actually use it. Now listen, I was mean to her at first, but I regret it. It was the Melissa Michelle palette, the Bling on the Glam. Okay, first of all, ma'am, I don't know why you're so punny. I used these colors right here. I made like a little whoop, whoop. I don't see any creasing. I got it on clearance, so I only paid $10 for it, which really isn't that bad. But for the price point of a drugstore eyeshadow palette, I expect it to be in like the $10, $15 range, which probably is asking too much. I haven't bought drugstore eyeshadow in a really, really, really long time. The last drugstore eyeshadow that I bought was NYX, and I really don't think it was that expensive for what I expected this to be versus what it was. I'm not mad about it. I'm definitely keeping this palette because I can see myself using it. This is really not bad. I'm happy that brands like Ulta are collabing with YouTubers and smaller channels and channels that are growing. Eyeliner was the classic felt tip liner in black. Again, can't go wrong with the felt tip. I love felt tips. I love the Sex Kitten liner from Tarte. And I mean, like, she's good. She's precise. I mean, if you're looking for a good drugstore felt tip liner, this one's really, really good. As far as the mascara, this is the Limitless Lashes Lengthening and Volumizing Mascara. So the standard that I gave this was my Essence mascara, which is I think $4.99 or $5.99. One of those. $5 basically. I was holding this up to that standard. And if I'm holding it up to that standard, it's not really fair because Essence is the absolute best cheap mascara you can buy. And honestly, I like my Essence mascara a lot more than I like some of my prestige mascaras. But I'm just not a huge fan of this. I have pretty long eyelashes. And I don't see anything special about them. I think that it didn't really lengthen them. Maybe my bottom lashes. So I could see myself definitely using it for those, but $10.50 for a mascara that I only use on my bottom lashes just isn't worth it for me. Maybe a different mascara would have worked for me. Maybe my eyelashes and the chemistry in my body just didn't agree with this. I don't know. Maybe because it's a new mascara. I hate new mascaras, but I'm going to take this back. I'm just not a fan. The lipstick was the Velvet Matte Liquid Lipstick, shade Namaste. I do really like this lipstick. It's not very drying. It's not drying out my mouth. It's not transferring a whole lot. I didn't see it get on my teeth, anything like that. I think it's a bomb lipstick, so I'm definitely going to keep this. I can see myself reaching for it. I don't think I have any lipsticks this color. I have them in the same family of this color. I figured this was a pretty safe bet. I don't like it with the eyes. I don't like the warm and the cool and I don't like the contrast between them, but I do separately like the lipstick. So I am keeping this. I'm going to put it right here in my little lipstick holder for later. So the setting spray that one of my clients raved about, the matte makeup setting spray. It can be used to freshen up your face before your makeup. It can be used to set your makeup. All kinds of cool stuff like that. So it's a twofer. I mean, I don't see a huge difference between it and some of the other ones that I have, but I do like it. I am going to keep it. I don't like the way it comes out though. It comes out in a very like, watch. I don't know if you can see that at all. That probably didn't help. But it comes out too like in your face for me. I like them when it's like a cloud and it can just like mist on my face. This one like, it's like aggressive. So I am going to put this on my keep table because I am going to keep that and continue using it. Now let's talk about brushes. The two that I didn't like of the brushes was the Precision foundation brush, which I'm not a huge fan of putting my foundation on with a brush, but I'm just not going to use it. That's it. I'm not going to use a foundation brush on myself every day. So I am going to take it back. I thought that I might like it. I might give it a shot, but I'm not a fan. And then the bronzer brush, I wasn't a fan only because I don't like how big it was. I like my bronzer brushes to be like the slanted contour brushes. Maybe during the summer if you're going for like more of a sun-kissed look, this will give it to you. I don't know, not a fan. I'm gonna take it back. The ones that I did like are the blush brush. I did like that. I like the way it applied my blush. I liked the way that it applied my powder too, my finishing powder. All three of the eyeshadow brushes, I'm a huge fan. The Crease Brush, really, really good. The blending shadow, this thick one, I liked it a lot. And I also liked the small shadow brush, which is a more condensed version of the blending brush. I thought they applied the shadows beautifully. I don't think that they picked up each other. I really like these, so they're definitely going in my brushes. I really, really hope you enjoyed this video. I'm excited for this video because I don't see a whole lot of Ulta Beauty brand videos out there. But there was a lot of, I think the majority of everything that I bought I liked. I sent pictures to my boyfriend and 3 of my best friends, and all of them said that they were very pleasantly surprised with how this looks. One of those being a very talented makeup artist, and she's super honest with me. She is very, very honest with me. She tells me if I look busted. Not a total disaster like I thought it'd be. I thought I'd really have to work for this eyeshadow. I thought I'd really have to work for the blend. I thought the foundation was going to be all crusty. Not to say that I thought Ulta was going to have crappy makeup. It's just that, again, I'm kind of a makeup snob. So, I mean, it looks good. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch my video. It means a lot to me. You could be watching a lot of different people. You could be watching some people who are actually good at makeup. You could be watching people who actually like ain't crazy, psycho, cuckoo. But you're watching me and I appreciate that a lot. And as always, mind your business. Bye!